Adam Petty, the first fourth-generation athlete in American sports and perhaps NASCAR's greatest what-if. In the 20th volume of Racing Infinity, we visited a timeline where Adam raced into the 2000s. With mixed success, he and his team were eventually outpaced and looked to become something greater. Today, we continue that story with a part 2. After steady improvement in 2005, Adam Petty looks for a major breakout in 06 with a new look. And the Petty Enterprises domino effect brings with it a big shakeup for another team. In Volume 20, we explored a story where Adam Petty never lost his life in 2000, and his family's dream to race him full-time in 2001 came to be. While Adam earned an upset win at Talladega in 2002, the reality is that he was driving for a struggling family team, and even lacked sponsorship in 2005. But when it mattered most, the Pettys pushed their equipment to the limit. In 2005, he qualified for all 36 races, finished 27th in points, and earned another top 5 in the fall Talladega race. Adam Petty now has a full season new look in 2006, with Allstate coming on to sponsor him and the 45 team. He is teammates to his father Kyle Petty, who remains in the number 44, now sponsored by Wells Fargo, and Bobby Labonte still joins the team in the number 43 Cheerios Dodge. 2006 was a year of big changes for other teams. As you may remember, Dale Earnhardt also raced on into the 2000s until retiring at the end of 2005. So, who takes over the number 3? Well, it goes to another veteran of the sport, his good friend Mark Martin. Instead of retiring, he plans to race a few more years in top equipment and now pilots the number 3 GM Goodwrench Service Plus Chevrolet. Meanwhile, at DEI, a healthy Steve Park remains in the 1 as he and Pennzoil renew for another year. Dale Earnhardt Jr. still drives the number 8, while Busch champion Martin Truex Jr. moves into the number 15 Chevrolet, competing for Rookie of the Year. Bass Pro Shops sponsors him. Now where is Michael Waltrip? Instead of bringing his own team to the Nextel Cup, he has his own big move to Roush's vacated number 6. Napa Auto Parts moves with Waltrip to Roush Racing, an opportunity Mikey earned thanks to the stability DEI kept in this timeline. Even racing's biggest family teams change as the sport does. Petty Enterprises is looking to rebound with fresh looks, while the Earnhardt camp sees a shakeup. Perhaps the two teams could even become friendly rivals if Adam and company return to victory lane. Today's highlighted race is the 4th race of the season, the Golden Corral 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jimmy Johnson still started hot with wins at Daytona and Las Vegas, but Adam Petty held his own and looks ready to return to the spotlight. While we're only 3 races in, he sits 20th in points and came away with a top 10 and laps led in the Daytona 500. Today, he looks to assert his place among the drivers who saw shifts over the offseason. And without further ado, here's the starting lineup for the 2006 Golden Corral 500. Starting on the pole is an early championship favorite in Jimmy Johnson in the 48, and next to him is Mark Martin, now in the number 3. Starting in 3rd is Greg Biffle in the 16, and starting 4th is rookie Denny Hamlin. Rolling off in 5th is Adam Petty in his new All-State look, still in the number 45, and next to him is the 17 of Matt Kenseth. Starting in 7th is the defending champion Tony Stewart, and next to him is the 42 of Casey Mears. Starting 9th is the 15 of Martin Truex Jr., and rounding out the top 10 is the 99 of Carl Edwards, who got his first career win here a year ago. Starting 11th is the 24 of Jeff Gordon, and in 12th is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Rolling off 13th is the number 6 of Michael Waltrip, and starting 14th is Kevin Harvick in the 30. Starting 15th is the 25 of Brian Vickers, and next to him is Jeff Green. Rolling off in 17th is Ryan Newman, with Kyle Busch starting 18th. Starting 19th is the 1 of Steve Park, and starting 20th is Scott Riggs. Starting 21st is the 31 of Jeff Burton, who won the Busch race back on Saturday, and starting 22nd is Elliott Sadler. Sterling Marlin will roll off 23rd in the 14, and next to him, rookie J.J. Yaley in the 18. Rolling off in 25th is the 7 of Robbie Gordon, and Bobby Labonte will start in 26th. Dale Jarrett will start in 27th, and in 28th is yet another rookie in Reed Sorensen. After that, in 29th is rookie Clint Boyer in the 07, Ken Schrader with the Wood Brothers. Starting 31st is the 32 of Travis Quaffle, and 32nd is Kyle Petty. Rookie David Stremme will roll off in 33rd, with Scott Wimmer starting in 34th. Starting 35th is Dave Blaney in the 22, and Casey Kane will start 36th. Qualifying woes struck for both Evernham cars, as Jeremy Mayfield will start 37th, with Joe Nemechek rolling off 38th. Starting 39th is the 2 of Kurt Busch, and next to him is the 96 of Terry Labonte. And then rounding out the field is the 26 of Jamie McMurray, and the last of our rookie class, starting in last, the 49 of Brent Sherman. We are ready to go Monday racing at Atlanta Motor Speedway, as Jimmy Johnson and Mark Martin will lead the field to the green flag. And here we go. We're underway from Atlanta. Johnson clears Martin off turn 2 as Greg Biffle looks for second as they roar down the backstretch for the first time. A track that used to crown the champion most years now hosts an early battle between drivers looking for their first title. Back to the line, Jimmy Johnson leads the way with Greg Biffle second, Mark Martin third, and Adam Petty working his way into fourth in his new colors. The top 4 have singled out, with Johnson, Biffle, Martin, and Petty, and behind them, Stewart and Hamlin, now side by side. Martin is back to the inside of Biffle as Johnson looks to pull away, but Adam Petty is there as well. Mark Martin gets back in the second, and now Adam Petty is going to slide into third place. He's looking for a good start to this young season, as that team finally has the funding to run stronger cars once again. Meanwhile, an exciting start so far to this race. Once again, a race that had to be moved to Monday due to rain, but now we are underway here, and we're in for an exciting one here as Jimmy Johnson continues to lead the way, with Adam Petty looking for second from Mark Martin. Off turn 4, and Adam Petty is to the inside of Mark Martin for second. Petty is making a strong statement so far in this one, as he remains side by side with the new look number 3, and Adam Petty moves to second. Definitely two of the biggest stories going into 2006 have been Adam Petty as well as Mark Martin. Martin jumping ship from his longtime team at Roush Racing, and Petty, who's trying to prove himself once and for all. Take a look at this. Petty peeks to the inside of Johnson into turns 1 and 2, but Johnson is able to pull away. Now Petty is under fire from Mark Martin and rookie Denny Hamlin. The younger Petty defends for the time being. As all 42 cars come off turn 4 here, Johnson continues to lead as we come to lap number 8 here in Atlanta. 14 laps are complete as we're on board with the 2003 champion Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth has been quietly entering the picture as he looks to the inside of Adam Petty for second. Kenseth is going to get by and take second place. Now Petty is under pressure from Hamlin as well as Mark Martin. There's definitely been a lot of passing so far early on in this one as Hamlin tries to make the move on Petty, but Petty's doing a good job hanging on that outside line. Because of that, he's going to hold on to his spot. Mark Martin is right there as well to see maybe he can make a move on the 11. Hamlin, one of the several rookies for 2006, has definitely a lot of changes, and the Cup Series definitely looks different compared to 2005. Petty tries to get second back from Kenseth, but no luck as Kenseth pulls away. Denny Hamlin is all over the back of that number 45 machine. On board now with Hamlin, he starts to peek to the inside. Maybe he could try to make a move. Almost gets to the quarter panel of the 45. I thought for a moment they were going to make contact, but Petty still hangs on. But meanwhile, it is still the Daytona 500 winner, Jimmie Johnson, out in front. Into turn one, and Hamlin puts the pressure on Petty. Hamlin's going to try again. He's at his quarter panel. He's got a chance here. Down the backstretch, and Hamlin is now going to take third place from the fourth generation racer. Hamlin, who of course already has impressed many with that win at the shootout to kick off the season right before the 500, he's going to make a lot of noise this season for sure. Battle for the lead. Matt Kenseth is side by side with Jimmie Johnson as we are 20 laps complete in this one. Side by side, it looks like Kenseth may have the advantage. Let's see what things look like as they come off turn two. Down the backstretch and heading towards turn three, Kenseth is going to get past Johnson to take the lead. Not only that, Johnson is now under fire from Denny Hamlin, and Adam Petty is there as well. I would say for sure that Johnson and Kenseth are definitely going to be two championship favorites for this season, as we see Denny Hamlin now getting past Johnson for second, but Johnson still hanging on. But Hamlin looks like he's going to have some help from Adam Petty, and now Johnson's under fire from Petty. Petty is now side by side with Johnson as the 48 is beginning to drop back a bit. Johnson needs to get back in a rhythm if he wants to stay up front. Then again, we're coming now to 22 laps complete. Still plenty of racing left to go here in the Golden Corral 500. But right now, it's Matt Kenseth leading the way. Jimmie Johnson is charging back as he battles for second with Hamlin. Johnson has the speed as they come off turn two, and Johnson inches closer to regaining the lead. Johnson's going to look to clear Hamlin here as they head into turn three. Now he's going to try and work on chasing down Matt Kenseth. And now Adam Petty charges back to third with help from Mark Martin as the 45 charges past the 11. Adam Petty just continues to look strong here today, as now we go on board with Mark Martin, who took over for his longtime friend Dale Earnhardt in that number 3 machine. New look for that car this year, as he's going to push Petty past the rookie Denny Hamlin. "30 laps are complete, and we are seeing green flag pit stops taking place, as Matt Kenseth and Mark Martin are the first two of the leaders to make their way down pit road. No issues yet so far. It's been a clean race, and now we'll have to see if there are any shakeups in the running order after we cycle through. We have made it through pit stops, 35 laps complete, as Matt Kenseth still leads and holds a 2.3 second lead over Adam Petty as his team pulled together a fast pit stop, and behind them is Mark Martin, who has adjusted well to his new ride, replacing Dale Earnhardt this season, and he hopes that perhaps this year could be the year he can finally chase after a Nextel Cup championship. Coming back to the line, 37 laps now complete here in Atlanta. Matt Kenseth continues to lead the way. Adam Petty has chased down Matt Kenseth. That Allstate Dodge is in good hands, as that car has a ton of speed right now. and Adam Petty is to the inside of Kenseth. Petty has a chance at the lead. Petty has good momentum in turns 1 and 2, and here they come off turn 2, down the backstretch, and Adam Petty, who a year ago was struggling with sponsorship, will take the lead here in Atlanta, and the crowd is loving it. Could Adam Petty potentially get a big win here today? A win that could really turn this team in the right direction this early in the season. We are 57 laps into this one as Adam Petty continues to lead as he approaches his father in the 44. And I'm sure Kyle has got to be happy to see Adam running well here today as Adam Petty laps the 4 of Scott Wimmer. Now he looks to lap his own father. With Dale Sr. retired, this is now the lone father-son duo running together here in NASCAR. Now Adam Petty gets to the inside of Kyle Petty, and Kyle's going to let him by as Adam continues to lead. The Petty name has been such a historic name to NASCAR. What started with Lee Petty winning the inaugural Daytona 500. Then you had Richard Petty, 7 championships, 200 wins. Kyle Petty with his achievements. And now Adam Petty, the 4th generation star. Definitely an impressive record. Time for what will most likely be the final round of pit stops as Adam Petty brings his Allstate Dodge down pit road along with Johnson and Kenseth. Petty feels great about his car and is hoping for another fast pit stop as he ran down Matt Kenseth to take the lead. Petty finishes up before Matt Kenseth and he pulls off pit road with no issues, and we have trouble. Jamie McMurray into the wall after contact from former Roush driver Mark Martin. McMurray should be able to keep going, but that's a good amount of damage to that Sharpie Ford. That is definitely going to shake up the field, and it may not benefit the likes of Kenseth, Petty, and Johnson. And let's take a look and see what exactly happened here that brought out our first caution today. And as you see, Mark Martin was just coming off pit road, and he just runs into Jamie McMurray. Just unfortunate timing for both drivers here on board with the 26. And you see right there the 3 tags. And Martin still keeps going, but McMurray, I'm sure he's not going to be too pleased. And it looked like the 32 actually clipped the 26 there. We'll have to check on the kind of damage that Quaffle may have. But again, caution is out for the first time this afternoon. Mark Martin runs into Jamie McMurray, of course. That's the team Mark Martin was formerly with. And again, I'm sure McMurray is not all too pleased with Mark Martin. Still, plenty of racing left to go here, but this will definitely jumble things up for sure. We'll have to see where everybody nets out for the restart. We are coming to lap 69 as Adam Petty is up front, but he is marked in 14th place due to the timing of the caution. So, Jeff Burton is actually the leader, as the tail end of the lead lap is in front of him. Kevin Harvick is second, Tony Stewart is third, Dale Earnhardt Jr. fourth, and Brian Vickers is fifth, as we are back underway. Green flag. "30 laps to go here as Jeff Burton leads the way. Right in front of him is the 66 of Jeff Green. But again, Burton's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's got to work with this lap traffic. He can't lay back. Back to the line, and Tony Stewart is there. Stewart to the inside of Burton with Dale Earnhardt Jr. behind him. Kenseth is caught in this crossfire as we go 3 wide. Tony Stewart has the advantage now as he will take the lead from Burton as the leaders are combating with lap traffic. Dale Jr. is there as well. Same can be said for Brian Vickers, who's looking for his first career win. So much is going on thanks to that caution. One wrong move could take out half the field at this point as we go on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who won this race 2 years ago. We are in the closing stages of this race as Tony Stewart is trying to hold off the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. But it has not been easy at all, as Jr. has been putting so much pressure on Tony Stewart. He may have an opportunity here as we're on board. Earnhardt Jr. knows how to work that high line. Can he pass the 20? Dale Jr. to the outside this time as they come back to the line. And look at Dale Jr. go. He is making that outside line work, and we haven't seen much of that today. But Dale Jr. will take the lead, perhaps when it mattered the most. Can Dale Jr. hang on, or will Tony Stewart fight back? Of course, Dale Sr. is watching on from the pit box, and I'm sure he'd love to see his team get an early win here in 2006. 3 laps to go here in Atlanta. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads, Tony Stewart is there, and Brian Vickers is third in case anything crazy happens. Dale Jr. looking to get his first win of the 2006 season. He won this race 2 years ago as well, as part of that 6-win season in 2004. Well, it looked like the 8 and the 07 just about had contact there as well. Into turns 3 and 4, Jimmy Johnson is going to dive down to pit road as Dale Jr. gets past the 07 of Clint Boyer. 2 laps to go now. And Tony Stewart has lost some ground, and now he's under fire from Vickers. Vickers is going to take second from Stewart. But is it too late for both the 20 and the 25? The more they keep battling, the more it benefits the 8. On board with Tony Stewart, and it looks like his chances of winning are just about done now. Off turn 4, white flag, final lap at Atlanta. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was looking for a hot start to the season to kick off a run for the championship, and I think a win today could be that starting point. Down the backstretch for the final time as the crowd cheers on for Little E. Coming to the checkers, it's going to be car number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr., taking home the win in Atlanta, his first win of the season. Even with this chase for the Cup, you want to have a good start to the season, get a win early, and that is what Dale Earnhardt Jr. has done here today. He won here 2 years ago. He gets it done here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now let's take a look at your final results. Once again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your winner. He led 13 laps today. Brian Vickers comes up short of his first career win. He finishes in second. Tony Stewart is third with 16 laps led. Kevin Harvick finishes in fourth with Steve Park finishing out the top 5. And then completing the top 10 is Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Elliott Sadler, Robbie Gordon, and Ken Schrader. Good run for Gordon and Schrader. Finishing 11th is Dave Blaney. You see Clint Boyer there in 12th. Matt Kenseth finishes in 14th. He led the most laps today. And because of that caution, this field really got jumbled up. Mark Martin finishing 16th. You see Scott Wimmer 19th. Jeremy Mayfield 20th. Brent Sherman 21st. Adam Petty 23rd. But if it weren't for that late caution with the 14 laps he led, I think he could have been a contender to win today's race. Carl Edwards was 25th, Martin Truex Jr. 27th, Denny Hamlin 28th, Jimmy Johnson 30th. Some pretty big names back here. Jeff Gordon 32nd, Greg Biffle 33rd, Ryan Newman 36th. Jamie McMurray, of course, got in that wreck. He finished 38th. And only one car DNF from this race. That was the 32 of Travis Kvapil with that last place finish. He had some mechanical issues earlier on in the race. Luck may have gotten the best of Adam Petty today, but he and his team have shown they'll return to the top in due time. How will Adam Petty's career continue to pan out? Will he reach victory lane this season and finally put woes to rest? And what about the rest of the dominoes that have fallen? Could Michael Waltrip break out as he nears the end of his career? Could Mark Martin finally run for a championship with a 7-time champions team? Only time will tell, as we get further and further into just one possible timeline. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it around if you love to celebrate the stories of motorsports, big and small. As the real racing season heats up, so does our content, and we've got some special things in the pipeline. I'll see you all in the next Racing Infinity.